Hello, folks. Welcome to your assignment for today, graphing y equals a sine x or y equals a cosine x. The goal of this particular activity is to take some time to analyze the effects that changing an a value, analyze the effects that number right there has on the graph. Today's lesson is going to focus on doing problems in degrees as opposed to radians. And just looking at our first example here, what you see is, we always start cosine with our base function. And I can add in some coordinates there for you to see. So if we're going from 0 to 360 degrees, we have our key points every quarter period. So 0, 90, 180, 270, and 360. Completes our revolution there. And what we need to do is think about the original 5 key points of cosine. So you might recall cosine starts at a max up at 1, heads down to an intercept at 0, bottoms out at 180 degrees. So we'll have a minimum there at 180, negative 1. At 270, we pop back up to 0, and then cosine does finish at a max. So to get the y values in your new t-chart, we look at the a value. And it's pretty simple. To get these new y values here, we're going to take this a value of negative 2, and we're going to multiply that straight down our t-chart. And then performing the multiplication gets us our new y values for our transform graph. So if I do 1 times negative 2, you see we get negative 2. If I do 0 times negative 2, you can see we get 0. If I do negative 1 times negative 2, the product of two negative numbers is a positive number. And then if I take some time to do 0 times negative 2, that's just 0 right there. And then 1 times negative 2 is negative 2, finishing out our t-chart. Last but not least, we have to graph these points, right? So what we would do is scale our graph. Quite commonly, we're going to scale it by, 45 degrees so that we can get all of our important x values there. So you can really use this scale for the entire assignment. And then we go ahead and plot those points. So the first point would be 0, negative 2, 90, 0, then 180, 2, 270, 0, and then 360, negative 2. Let's try one together for sine now. So thinking about our original sine values, you can jot these down so that you have them for the assignment. Again, important things happen every quarter period. So every 90 degrees, we're going to see something cool happen. And sine, you might recall, starts at the origin, heads up to 1, then makes its way back down so that at 270, we're at negative 1 is a min, and then it finishes at an intercept. So all I have to do to get my new y values for a graph like y equals 3 over 2, oops, I wanted to switch my color there, 3 over 2 times sine x is I'm going to take all of my original y values and multiply them by 3 over 2, or 1.5. Sometimes with fractions, I just turn them into decimals because decimals are a little easier to plot. So this would be the work you would show. And then we fill in our new y values. So we would have 0 times 1.5 is 0. 1 times 1.5 is 1.5. 0 times 1.5 is 0. Negative 1 times 1.5 is negative 1.5. And then 0 times 1.5 is 0. And I would scale my graph every 45 degrees. And then plot my points. And you can scale your y-axis however it suits you. I'm just going to go by 0.5. So my first point is on the origin there, 0, 0. At 90, it says come up to 1.5. At 180, we come back down to 0. At 270, we drop to negative 1.5. And then at 360, we're at 0. Connect those dots with a nice sine curve. Looks like I missed at the end there. Shimmy this guy over a little bit. There we go. That's a little more even. So you connect your dots with a nice little sine curve there. And there is your vertically stretched sine curve. It's a little bigger than the normal amplitude of 1. But yeah, so long story short, you're taking your original y values from your original function and just multiplying them by that new a value. We'll go ahead and go over this assignment upon my return. Have a great day.